It is a well-known fact that the service chiefs have outlived their usefulness. It is time now to inject new blood.
Over the weekend, Boko Haram insurgent members beheaded 67 farmers who had gone to a rice plantation at Kashim village in the Zabarmari district of Jere local government area, 20 kilometers north of Maiduguri, Borno state capital, to harvest ripe farm produce and destroy the farm. Observes that this attack is one of the major attacks perpetrated by this devilish group, in addition to the February attack in Auno that killed 40 people, the assault in Poduma Kolorom village of Gubio that killed almost 100 civilians last June, while another attack in Usman Lawanti led 40 dead. Your Excellency, distinguished colleagues, from the 1st of January to the 19th of this month, we have had 2,801 attacks and incidents in Borno State. Further observes that last month Boko Haram fighters killed 22 farmers working on irrigation fields near Maiduguri in 2 separate incidents. That the recent spike on deliberate, consistent and systematic targeting of herders, fishermen, loggers, and now farmers will exacerbate the major food crisis in the north, lead to an unprecedented surge in food prices across Nigeria, and seriously damage our country's economy. The Senate should further observe that whatever it is that the security chiefs are doing presently is not working, or at least not enough. And if the President insists that the security chiefs are doing their work well, then the logical implication of such assumption is that the President, as the constitutional commander-in-chief of the country, has failed in his most rudimentary assignment of securing this nation. I hope this is not the case, and I fervently believe that this is not the case.
Mr. President, as I speak, my heart bleeds because innocent people, defenseless people have been killed without any justification whatsoever. And these people move into their farmlands under the pretext that the area is safe. The government of Nigeria said farmers should go and work on their farm. We should grow what we eat, and we should eat what we grow. This is the statement made by Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, meaning that Nigeria should not import food. We should rely on our farmers. We should rely on our land resources. Mr. President, these people were trying to make a living, and suddenly they met their end. It is sad, it is unfortunate. That happened in a very brutal and barbaric manner. Mr. President, this doesn't happen anywhere in the world where people can be slaughtered, their heads severed separately from their body, and they are showing it to the whole world. If you check the internet, you will see it. It is a height of insensitivity. This is a condemnable act. And I believe Mr. President should have gone to Borno State to condole the government and people of Borno State, not to send a delegation, even though you as our President have gone there. But the ideal thing to do is for Mr. President to go there personally and condole the government and people of Borno State. Mr. President, we have lost so many lives as a result of insurgency and banditry. Not only in Borno, in Katsina, in Zamfara, in Sokoto, in Kaduna, in Niger, the story is the same. It is now time to act. We have exhaustively discussed all what is supposed to be discussed on security in this country. From the 8th Senate to the 9th Senate, we have virtually exhaustively discussed everything that is supposed to be discussed. Resolutions were made, But, as my colleague said, they have not been properly implemented. We should follow up and ensure that those resolutions are implemented so that our people can be secured, so that government can live up to its exhortation by protecting lives and property of people. Mr. President, I agree with the suggestion that we should employ civilian JTF, particularly those that are within the locality, because they have the knowledge of the area and they know the terrain very well. They can assist the military to crush the insurgents. I believe, Mr. President, the army itself is overstretched. They don't have enough manpower, and they don't have enough weapons. Even though we have voted so much money, so much resources, every year we budget billions and billions, in fact, trillions of naira. But we have not achieved the objective, that is securing Nigeria. So I therefore support the idea that we should prove what has been budgeted so that we will know exactly what is happening. And on the issue of strategy, Mr. President, it is a well-known fact that the service chiefs have outlived their usefulness. It is time now to inject new blood so that they can come up with new ideas and strategies on how to fight both insurgency and banditry in this country. We have taken so long. We have been patient on this resolution. We want it to be implemented. Unless there is genuine reason not to implement it, which I doubt if there is any. And the time to do it now in order to save further lives. Mr. President, the issue of mercenaries. Yes, during Jonathan administration, they were recruited in this country. And there was sanity from what we had from even the former governor and people in Borno State. But suddenly, immediately they moved away. The insurgents came in, killing people, maiming, dragging people away from their homelands. Mr. President, if we cannot employ the mercenaries, we should buy all the equipment and gadgets the mercenaries were using, train our own military men to do the same work the mercenaries were doing. It is not a rocket science. They were using helicopter gunboats with all the gadgets installed on this, night vigil equipment. If we can train our people to man this aircraft, they can do the same job the military were doing, the mercenaries were doing. Mr. President, nothing is too much to save lives and properties of people. Peace is sine qua non to development. You cannot talk of education, healthcare, roads construction, electricity without peace. This cannot happen. Mr. President, I'm sorry to say that we have lost more lives. The only time Nigeria lost lives much more than now was during the Civil War. So it is now time for us to act in order to prevent further calamities.
So it's not enough to just people die like that. We should take the statistics. If somebody loses his life to an armed robber and the government is supposed to provide security in that area, the person that lost his life should be compensated. The family should be compensated. It's not enough to say you condemn. It's not enough you leave some people, because sometimes most of these people are the breadwinners of the society or the community in the live. We should look at that, Mr. President. So that these 43 people or 67 now should be counted and compensation should be paid to them. These people that banditry people kidnap, the government should pay compensation to them. Instead of saying the family should go and negotiate. Can you imagine, Mr. President, the security agencies advising people that have kidnapped, their people have been kidnapped, to advise them, okay, talk to them and make sure that you can negotiate downward and pay the ransom. Distinguished colleagues, I'm sorry for becoming too emotional, because if you see the condition of our people, that's what you saw yesterday, Mr. President, is just a small part of it. Today, I'm sure, wallahi, somebody will die as a result of the humanitarian crisis that follows this situation that we find ourselves. People cannot go to their farms. People cannot feed. The government doesn't have the resources. And worst of it, the humanitarian actors, especially the government one, are not there. Mr. President. We hear government saying they budget 500 billion and we don't see it. Borno State is supposed to be the first. But we don't see anything. And we should ask questions. We should investigate. That is our responsibility. Constitutionally, we all swore here to defend that constitution.